Hey folks, and welcome to a secret episode of Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together secretly. My name's Chris.
What up? I'm Obert.
Oh shit, I forgot. I had a whole bit. Damn it.
And I'm your, I don't know, what do you call the people who are like in charge of secret societies? Like, I'm your headmaster, secret club leader, Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah Funkatoba.
Name redacted.
We had some.
Why is this episode a secret?
Yeah, why?
Because we ended the podcast on the last episode.
Because the podcast is over. I already won the podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, we had some outcries, and there was some fair outcries about ending the podcast and what am I going to do with my life, and you're the only thing keeping me going, and all this stuff.
Oh no, yeah, the favorite one I heard was Encore. Encore.
Oh, this is us coming out for an encore.
Yeah,
this is our encore episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
So just not to confuse the listeners, this is the final episode.
Last episode was the final episode. This is the encore.
This is the encore.
Right. I don't want them to think that there's going to be a 270 anytime soon. We did figure out that we could not end on 268 though. 69 being the three of us. We couldn't just not end on 269. That just seems wrong.
Yeah, we had to at least get here because we love 269.
Nice.
True.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blevin who figured it out.
Yep.
He was like, "You're not ending on 268." It's like, "Yeah, we are. Believe me."
Trust me. Blink, blink. But yeah, it's been being out of the podcast game. I don't know what I feel like I'm a retired bank smuggler, like on my island with all of my jewels. I bought an island and I just relaxing all day. It's like this is my Ocean's 12. Like this is what what I'm getting at.
I was thinking end of Shawshank when they meet him at the beach in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am impressed that during this time that we haven't had a podcast, that Chris has redesigned his entire room. It's no longer Pokemon themed.
No, Pokemon's dead to me now.
Yeah, he's now into Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a wonderful game if you haven't played. So that's a hand. We're not doing handles, I don't think, but that's a handle for you guys.
I mean, definitely. I mean, it's kind of weird to see the Hello Kitty memorabilia that you gathered in this long extended break of the podcast.
Well, I mean, all the money nowadays is out of Pokemon and in Hello Kitty. There was a lot of money on you going to become a brony with the My Little Pony people. Yes.
Have you not heard about this?
No, I've not. I know of My Little Pony.
Yes. So people our age or older and younger who are but adults that are into My Little Pony.
When you say people, not men and women.
Older
I mean
and younger.
I mean both. They're called they're called
the
bronies.
The prefix bro implies they're male.
Maybe. I might have missed that one. But yes, I learned about this the other day. The bronies are a thing. There are people out there who are in love with My Little Pony so much that they have brony conventions where they discuss My Little Pony.
Oh, so I am very surprised that you're hearing about this now because I feel like this was a big thing 7 years ago and then it dropped off the face of the earth. So I don't know. I'm surprised that you're getting into this now.
Ted's finally into My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Slowly becoming a bro.
I guess so.
So
do you have a favorite pony yet?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know a single thing about My Little Pony. I'm going to say Tippy Tap. Is that a name of a?
Tap's a good one. That's my favorite one too.
My kids were into they went through a My Little Pony phase. It wasn't very long, not as long as some of the other ones that have stuck around. I've watched a few episodes, a couple movies, so I guess I'm a brony too now. Aren't we all just real bronies at heart? This is our
deep down. Isn't everyone a brony?
This is our new podcast.
So all right. So hang on. I want to tell you the horses' names because obviously I feel like this is important.
So we can all pick our favorites now.
Correct.
It's like Sunshine Rainbow or Sprinkle Rainbow, and then there's the bad horse, Eeyore. I'm pretty sure is in there.
Yeah, I think Eeyore is the main character.
Quiz: Is this a pony or a tank engine? We got to figure out.
Thomas.
All right, so we've got Apple Bloom, Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, Bab Seeds, Biscuit, Chip Cutter, Coconut Cream, Cozy Glow, Diamond Tiara. Holy shit! Featherweight.
Yeah, we're only at D.
Flurry Heart, Glory, kettle corn, little cheese, peach fizz, oh, we're at P already, thank God, petunia paleo, pipsqueak, pistachio, plaid stripes, oh Jesus Christ, it keeps on going, pound cake, pumpkin cake, rumble, sandbar, seashell, silver spoon, skedaddle, small fry, snails, snips, spur, star tracker, tender taps, that's not tippy taps.
You were pretty close. You were very close.
Really close.
Twist, violet rainbow, wind sprint, zipper will, and that's it. Thank God. Whew. They actually do have like associated elements and stuff. Like, do these things battle like Pokemon? Like, are we missing something here?
Yeah, you have enough where I think you have a whole periodic table of My Little Ponies. Like, which one is the beryllium element?
Which one's Pikachu?
Now,
Was one of them like legit like short sleeve shirt in there? It's like horizontal stripes. I think I remember hearing.
Silver spoon, small fry.
Yeah. No,
Not tippy
chip
tap,
cutters. Chip cutters my favorite. That's the one I picked out pretty quickly, and then I kind of tuned out the rest of them. But
I'm gonna go with biscuit just because it's like the one I remember.
Biscuit's good. Biscuit's a solid name.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot most of them. So,
So pick one you do remember.
Sprinkly Spoon. That's my favorite.
That might
It's
have
like,
been
no,
a
I'm
name.
gonna stick with tippy taps. Yeah.
I bet you listeners did not think you were going to hear all of the My Little Pony names on today's episode.
They didn't think they were going to hear anything. They thought it was going to be radio silence.
Yeah, that's right. They should be lucky that they just heard me list off all the My Little Pony names.
You're welcome.
I think they were like, that was such a great last episode. I want Encore. I want them to come back and somehow manage to top it. And gotta say, we absolutely knocked it out of the park
Nailed
with that bit. 100%.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Listing My Little Ponies. I think that's peak comedy right
Yeah.
there. You know?
Yep. Yeah. It's been.
But you know, all this talk about My Little
All this
Pony
being a brony.
All this bronying.
is making me
This is us
thirsty.
bronying around. Really dries you out, you know?
Our transitions are getting a little better. Good thing it took us 269 episodes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we'll figure it out one of these days.
I mean, what do we even do now, though? I mean, do we just drink for fun since I already won the podcast? I think that's how it works. Just
We're
like
still
yeah, why
playing
not?
the game.
This is a free episode.
free
you
app,
know?
free app. Yeah,
The whiteboard is in the dumpster already.
gone.
Completely disappeared.
I mean, you might as well have done that at like episode 200 when you took it off the wall, or however long it's been.
All right, who's drinking first?
It's gonna go in the Smithsonian.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll go first, I guess. Or Chris, you won? Do you want to go first?
Oh, I don't know. I don't care. I have a cool beer, but I think we all have cool beers.
I got to take mine out of the fridge so it warms up for a cotton pick in a second.
Does
So-
anybody have one that doesn't need to warm up?
I can drink mine straight out of the fridge.
I'm gonna take mine out now because I think I want it slightly warmer.
Same.
Okay. I'll pour mine. So, had to go out with another one of our classics. You know, I brought Bonsai last week. This year, return of the one, the only podcast, or the one of the breweries closest to the hearts of our podcast. That's good old Fox Farm.
Ooh,
to-
okay,
Had to bring it
Ooh.
back.
nice.
I'm going to let you introduce this beer. Then I have a story about this beer.
Okay. Hopefully it's a good thing. It didn't explode. I already took the cap off, but this is I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's either bloomed, perhaps. But it's an open fermented saison, and it looks like a white wine bottle.
So I legit had this yesterday.
Oh, that's funny. No way.
Yeah, we went out for Caitlin's birthday, and at the place we went to get breakfast at, they had 6 beers on tap. All of them were Fox Farm. So it was kind of sunny out, and I was like, I'll take the sour saison, please. Bloomed.
I'm gonna just wild shot guess you picked where you were going for breakfast brunch.
Yes, but it was only because we wanted breakfast sandwiches, and this place apparently makes really good breakfast sandwiches. It's the Heirloom Market in Wethersfield, Connecticut, and because Caitlin is 9 months pregnant, it's not like we can do a lot of anything. So we were going to go out and get coffee and breakfast sandwiches, and then so I skipped my coffee once I saw that they had Fox Farm on tap, and I was like, I'm getting a beer.
Yeah. So it's just the breakfast sandwich is the second best thing they had at this place.
Yes, because the bloomed, as you will hear Obert describe it, is fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I didn't know. I assumed this was a bottle conditioned beer. I didn't know that they kegged it, so that's neat. Yeah, again, open fermented saison is the description. It, probably a 9 on the SRM scale, far less than a billion, which is the only number we care about. And
Looks like the sun.
You are not safe from a T-Rex at all. It's gonna find you through there, especially if you're waving your flashlight around or your flare or whatever you got. But yeah, we got some big bottles tonight. So this is a 22 ouncer, fun stuff. Weighs in 6.1%, batch number 3, bottled October of 23. So hopefully it was a good batch. Let's find out. Cheers. R.I.P.
Cheers.
Soundboard, never again to be heard. We're done with it. We've executed it. Or it's back.
It's back.
Okay, here we go.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow. I like beer. It helps me unwind, and sometimes it makes me feel mellow. Makes him feel mellow.
All right, thank you, random guy who likes beer.
We know nothing else about that artist other than he likes beer.
I don't even know who sings it, but I know
Not a
that
clue.
they like beer. Yeah. So a couple reasons I wanted to have this one on. One, talk about Fox Farm and how it's been such an instrumental brewery to this podcast. Two, I think springtime for me is the Saison season. It's when all my sour beers come out of hibernation and they're just ready to get funky in a glass with me. And also importantly, last episode I had the Bonsai Saison, or sour beer, I should say. I think it was kettle sour. It was that soured brown ale, actually. But it provides a good contrast to this beer. First impressions, this is definitely much closer to sour apple on the scale of sourness. Definitely got it up to that pucker factor. I definitely get strong green grape vibes from this thing. Maybe it's just because it looks so much like a wine bottle, but it definitely tastes like I'm drinking like a sour wine in a way. Other wild notes for sure. Perhaps some lemongrass, definitely bright and citrusy, orange zest, all the good stuff. But it's just a classic, delicious Fox Farm, bullseye, center of the ring, nailed it, Saison. This is what you want. No off flavors. It's just good. My biggest regret is not being able to split the bottle with you guys because it's a big one and it's going to give me heartburn, but it's worth it.
It was very good when I drank. I don't know what year mine was. It did not tell me the year on the keg. I'm assuming somewhat newer, but all tasting notes are kind of the same. I guess my question is so you said it's a good contrast to Bonsai. Does Bonsai do anything similar to Fox Farm? I know Fox Farm and their sours are very traditional, obviously, compared to some of the weird stuff that like Bonsai usually likes to do.
Yeah, like the one I had last episode. I thought that last beer I had, being that soured brown ale, the maltier backbone helped counterbalance the sourness, whereas it felt like more of a contrast. Whereas this feels more of all one note, kind of from start to finish. You get that sour throughout. Whereas that one I felt like kind of had a spike of like, okay, you got the sourness at the start, kind of the middle of the flavor was more of that earthier, heartier, crystal malty brown ale. And then it finished with a little bit of a sour note at the end to kind of like leave you with that little bit of a sour aftertaste. This one I get, again, it's much more of, those real citrusy notes combined with that sour grape taste. And it just flows very nicely from the sip all the way down.
It's ice cold, right?
True. Yeah.
So wait till it warms up a little bit. I think you're going to be really impressed. Good thing you have a large bottle.
I do. And that was one, I figured you guys probably had something a little darker that needed a little bit more warming up time. This one I felt like I could drink it cold, but probably again, 45 degrees Fahrenheit, probably ideal for this one. So we'll see how it goes as the night wears on our Encore. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I feel like it being our Encore, we have to like play our biggest hits. You know what I mean? Like you can't go out on the Encore and not go back to the original. So what I should have done is I had Miss Cleo come out and predict my
Ted Cleo.
The Ted Cleo predict what flavors I was going to get in here.
if you would have given me a little bit of heads up, I wouldn't have told everybody that I had it yesterday.
All right.
I know. Yeah.
Uncanny how good Ted Cleo
Well,
is.
a true Ted Cleo would have known without me having prompt them. So
That's true.
yeah.
So, did you give this a rating?
I didn't. I'm going to say, I think I gave Aston a 4.25. This is a solid 4.5. It's everything I want
Okay.
in
Okay.
in the sour.
So, surprisingly, there's only 806 check-ins on Untapped, which is odd. There's only, as far as I see, I think there's only one version. You said this is 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only the general check-in. So, yeah, 806.
Now, did you check this one in? Are you one of them?
I am not.
Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't you check it in right now? Don't tell me what you're going to rate it, but then so that we have the true average. I want you to check the check-in first before I lock in my guess.
Oh, no. Do you have to guess? I'm not gonna mess with the game.
Okay. All right. I do think you should check it in though. I'm curious how you compare with me. But
I mean, I'd probably give it about a 4.5 to 4.75. Like, it's a really good beer. Bloomed is one of my favorite Fox Farm beers. Fox Farm makes world-class IPAs, right? And world-class stouts. And surprisingly, their sours might be the best of what they do.
yeah.
Everything they make is pure gold, and their sours are just up there with anybody else. I mean, I think that they're amazing. It's my favorof brewery for a reason.
Yeah.
I think it's all of our favorite breweries for a reason.
Yeah. I miss that place. There's a lot of reasons I would move back to Connecticut. I'm not gonna lie, Fox Farm's pretty high up there.
High up there. Yeah. Yeah. So after all that talking it up, I do think, from what I remember, we like Fox Farm better than the Untapped public does. So while I think this is a 4.5 beer, I think Untapped is only going to give it a 4.09.
So it's higher than that.
Oh, okay.
Untapped likes this beer. This is a 4.24.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Untapped,
Fox Farm.
Untapped generally
Good job, people.
Untapped generally likes Fox Farm. They have Fox Farm as a whole has a 4.18 rating on Untapped.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I got in my head a little bit too much because as you were talking about, they're known for their sour, they're known for their stouts, they're known for their IPAs, not so much the sours. I was like, yeah, people don't appreciate sours as much, but then again, I think people who have Untapped appreciate the finer things in life, like sour beer.
I was curious to see where Fox Farm, how they stacked up against the other big northeastern breweries.
Speaking of greatest bits, that we did rank them number one best brewery in the country, in Connecticut, something like that. I think we said in the state of Connecticut we ranked it number one.
Oh,
and that makes sense.
And I think we gave Burial number one USA overall.
Did we? Oh wow. I mean, I don't know. I think
I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
Fox Farm has a soft place in my heart. So I do believe Burial deserves to be in the conversation of best brewery overall. But so does Fox Farm.
Burial's overall rating on Untapped is a 4.12.
Okay.
Fox Farm 4.18.
But we also know that Untapped is stupid. So
that's true. Treehouse 4.32.
Oh wow.
Trillium 4.24. And Alchemist 4.31.
Really?
Okay, I have it up here. Our best East Coast breweries official rankings.
Oh, okay, there you go.
And we had Treehouse number 1, Burial number 2, Trillium 3, Foam 4, Other Half 5. So Fox Farm came in at 7. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I know. Surprising.
What episode and how long ago was that?
Looks like that was June 1st of 2022 was when we finished that list.
Okay.
Other Half has a 4.22 rating. What's the other ones on the list?
Foam was 4.
Foam.
Yeah, it's funny how this brewery, from 3 years ago, we're like, what brewery was that again?
Well, no. Foam I went to this past summer. Foam's still fantastic, by the way. 4.13 for Foam.
That's not the one in Virginia, right?
No, it's in Vermont. It's in Burlington.
Oh. Which one's in Virginia we talked about? I don't remember.
The Vale.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
And Aslan was another Virginia one that we had on the list.
The Vale.
Aslan, also another massive brewery that punches, way above where they're located in the world.
Gotta love it. If you ever go to Fox Farm, stop by Two Brothers, get some pizza, go to Fox Farm, go to Two Brothers, whatever. It doesn't matter. Either way, you're gonna have a good night. Go to Salem.
And when Fox Farm closes at 7 p.m.,
yep.
Pro tip, drive up to Hop Culture, which is still open, which is another great brewery, owned by I think she's the only female head brewer in the state now. I think the other one closed. But she's also not only the best female brewer in the state, she's one of the best brewers in the state. And they're fantastic.
then you swing on by Inishmore. You have yourself some bar food, and you're gonna eat and drink a lot, but it's worth it.
Yeah, we'll have to
It was a good
update this
time.
list on the next episode.
Yeah, next episode. Next episode.
Next episode, we're gonna finish our best East Coast breweries. We'll update the list for sure. Okay, so that was my attempt at an encore.
All right.
Who's going next?
I'm officially going next. Tut is just gonna drink and also talk a little bit, I guess.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Correct.
Double encore.
Double encore.
I have the second ever beer that I ever brewed
Oh, okay. Ooh,
in a bottle.
Yummy.
Interesting.
How do you
Obert
have?
just gave me.
How do you have these from like 10 years ago?
So this has been in my fridge the entire time.
Oh, some real estate. You're making room for bottles.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out when I was ever going to drink this beer. And I figured when we ended the podcast, I would drink it. It's a red ale that Nick and I brewed in 2015. I think 2015.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was older than that, but
In his kitchen in Insonia, in the house that he no longer lives in. He got bottle number 1, I got bottle number 2. So, and I think he's well drank all his.
There you go. Okay.
well, good luck.
Yeah, I know. Well, while I drink my beer, which is, I hope, much better than the one you're about to drink. So we actually, last episode, our final episode, I took you to the beginning of the podcast where we were talking about Southern Grist, Tennessee. That's where the podcast, originated for me at least. So now I am gonna end it in North Carolina, obviously, with a brewery we all love. And it's actually funny, this beer was mentioned last week inadvertently. I already had it in the fridge. And sadly, possibly one of the last bottles in existence, maybe. Don't look it up. But I have from the Funkatorium, I have Wicked Weed's White Angel.
Oh,
wow.
no shit.
So
I debated drinking that on this week's podcast.
I actually, so I bought this before the Funkatorium was sadly closed for good at a local store. I bought it for a friend of mine, and she was like, oh, I probably won't drink it. I don't drink a lot of beer nowadays. So I was like, okay, more for me then. Fine. Because she was moving away. So it was supposed to be like a going away gift, but now it's a for me staying here gift.
It's a not moving present.
It's a not moving present. But White Angel was one of the beers when we went to the Funkatorium, kind of won our hearts, so to say. And this is like, we've been a couple times, but I believe this time we were all hungover, or a lot of us were hungover. There was a lot of drinking involved that weekend. I can't remember.
It was for my bachelor party.
It was your bachelor party, okay. But this was one that was very, very good.
And Grady was the one who went out there. He's like, you guys all have to try this beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we got breakfast there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Or
pizza.
Yes.
Pizza.
With the pizza shears.
But he was
Right.
like, you guys have to try this beer. And he went and he bought a bottle of it and brought it back to the table. He was like, this is the best beer I've ever had.
So, in honor of ending in North Carolina, we have White Angel. I'm going to read what it is because it'll help me remember as well. So, White Angel is an American sour ale that ages for 2 months on local white Scuppernong grapes. Scuppernong grapes. Jeez, and crow. A variety of muscadine that is North Carolina's state fruit. Oh, I should probably know that then, huh? We follow this process with 6 additional months of aging in wine puncheons. I should have read this before I to allow for
Listeners, Chris is still learning how to read. He's back in school.
I am back in school. To allow for re-fermentation and enhanced complexity. After a total of 8 months of aging, we blend the puncheons to give you White Angel, the absolute essence of Scuppernong grapes in a glass. So here we go.
Gotta love me a good Scuppernong.
I think,
Oh, there's
Obert,
a
did
fucking
you drink?
cork. God damn it.
Oh, okay.
Some
I
of
guess we get to
remember-
hear about the ancient red ale.
Hang on, before you walk away, you don't remember that this had a cork in it? This is the reason I almost got arrested on my wedding night.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought I do remember that now. But
I feel like that's a story you save for the encore of the podcast.
I remember that. Do I have one? I feel like I
So-
have one over.
All right, listeners. So while Chris is looking for a bottle opener, I'm gonna say, hey, look, my beer held its head. You can see the T-Rex. T-Rex will definitely see you through it, but it does come out red. Let's try it. But I'm gonna also describe how I almost got arrested. So we were drinking, surprise, surprise, in the lobby of the hotel we were in, because the hotel would not let my family rent out a private like conference room for the 150 people we had at this hotel room, or this hotel, to drink in. So we were drinking in the lobby. My wife's cousins proceeded to break 2 bottles of Jameson on the floor. Luckily,
accident.
on accident. They dropped them drunk. Luckily, they're Irish, so they had unlimited amounts of Jameson. It just kept on coming out of. Anytime they dropped a bottle, there was a new bottle that was just procured from somewhere. I don't know if they travel around with a case of this beer or not, or a case of this Jameson whiskey or not, but we drank a lot of it. So then, it was the night before my wedding. So Chris, Ober, and I went up to my suite to drink more beer, and we had this White Angel. And we didn't realize it had a cork in it. So I went down. I was like, "Oh, I'll just go down the lobby. I'll tell them, I'm the groom. I'll get a corkscrew open. Or I'll get a corkscrew. It'll be fine. No problem." I should preface this. I did call the lobby. They told me they had it, so I went down to get it. I got down there, and the guy told me that they did not have a corkscrew. And I was like, "But you told me that you had one." And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "But we don't." And I'm like, "But you have a bar. Like, it's literally, I could see the bar. Just go get a corkscrew from the bar. Like, this is not difficult." Or what if I had like people have wine, like, and this guy wanted no part of doing his job, despite the fact that on the phone he had just told me that he had a corkscrew. So I was drunk, and I was persistent that this guy give me a corkscrew.
Perhaps a little too persistent.
Yes, to the point where like he threatened to have me arrested in the hotel, all for asking for a corkscrew. Now, meanwhile, they had cameras. They saw that this guy was being a dick. So Marriott gave me a shit ton of reward points for it. But at the same time, the next night, the bartender at the bar, when we were there after the wedding, then proceeded to tell me, "Oh yeah, we always have a corkscrew sitting on top of the taps. It's right here." He's like, "Everybody in the building knows that there's a corkscrew here." He's like, "Because people drink wine. Like, sometimes we're closed. This is where we leave it." So this asshole almost threatened to throw me in jail on the morning of my wedding because he didn't want to walk over and get the corkscrew off the tap from the bar, which I didn't know existed. I knew that there had to be a corkscrew, but that is the story about how I almost got arrested on the night before my wedding.
The night before your wedding. Yep. Yeah, I remember that fondly. You came upstairs and you were freaking out. You were like, they're coming, like you were convinced that you were on the lam, that the cops are going to bust down the door any minute to come and arrest you.
I mean, he did threaten to call the cops on me.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say you had a little bit of the pre-wedding jitters. You had a lot on your mind about the next day.
I just wanted to open the bottle of White Rabbit that we had.
White Angel?
White Angel that we had. And it was annoying. We ended up opening it, by the way. We found a way around.
And the ironic part was like you did not need any more beer.
No. Part of the reason I probably almost got arrested.
Yeah.
And so then the next night, they also treated my wife and her maid of honor like they were going to physically harm them. So when Caitlin and her friend went up to the front desk to ask a question about something, the guy who was the one who almost got me arrested, proceeded to call his manager out before he would have a conversation with my wife and the maid of honor. Keep in mind, we were all completely sober at this point. Marriott ended up giving me a lot of rewards points for this. By the way, the beer I'd had, the taste, it tastes way better than Stony Creek's Red Ale that I had last week. There's flavor. It's malty. It's a little old. You can definitely taste it's a little old, but
there's still some head on there.
It's still some head stuck around. That's more than I can say for the Stony Creek beer that I had last week. But the Red Ale, it tastes like a Red Ale. Like if I had this and you said this came from Stony Creek, I'd be like, all right, it's not the best beer in the world, but it's not terrible and it has flavor. I'm actually kind of shocked. I did not believe that Nick and I could brew a good beer, like, and have it last 10 years, 9 years, who knows? It's also in one of those old school Sierra Nevada torpedo glasses that we had to scrape all the gunk off. As you can see, there's still some reminiscent gunk.
Still some glue 15 years later. Okay, Chris has the fanciest corkscrew I've ever seen.
I have one of those. It's awesome.
I think it's the first time I've used it. This is definitely.
We could tell based on the fact that you were almost trying to rip the cork out with it.
Yeah, just let it do just let it do the work.
I didn't realize it did.
Then put it in reverse. Press the down button and it spits it out.
I got it. Nice. I broke the cork a little bit, but yeah, it's fancy. I know I have like a corkscrew in here somewhere.
Pampered Chef corkscrew opener for the listeners out there.
That's what the PC
That could
means.
Be Chris's.
My
that could be Chris's handle this week if we were doing handles.
My second handle.
I'm sad Funkatoriums was washed away.
I know. And like there's no plans that I heard of like rebuilding, so it's very sad. I don't know how you just get a lot of fooders and stuff, but here we go, finally. Sorry to interrupt Tud's darker than I remember it being.
It is a good way to go out of the show, right? Our show's gone, and so is Funkatorium, Spears, and Chris's house.
Obert, did you have
Maybe I have one more?
the Red Angel on the podcast?
Is that the other one I had?
I believe I did. Yeah. I think that was for one of our 50th episodes where it was the oldest beer. I brought one of those.
I have one more. Not to I don't know, but I don't know if I have a Black Angel or if it's a Red Angel. I'm not sure. I have to look at it. But here it is. Pours darker than I remember it being. No head. 0 head. It was actually pretty fizzy when I poured it out. So pretty sure the T-Rex is gonna I think the T-Rex is gonna get you, to be honest. T-Rex is gonna get you.
No shot.
It's a lot lighter when you put the light behind it. Like, it looked really dark when you were pouring it.
I mean, it is on the darker side. Definitely a little bit more like ambery colored. But let's go ahead and see if this holds up. I don't remember what I rated it before, but I'm sure it was pretty high. It smells wonderful. Nice tartness. I don't know about Scuppernongs, but they're there somewhere, I'm sure. All right, here we go.
I drink the beer from the glass, but that's boring. Das Boot, ooh yeah, that's more like it, keep pouring. I have the German accent, and so of course I love beer. But how much can the Boot hold? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, here. Das Boot.
Ooh, Das Boot. Wow. This is way better than I remember it being. I remember loving this beer. I know we talked about it a lot. And it definitely has that pucker factor, like a lot of the Funkatorium beers have. But there's like the grapes that you can taste, those classic, well-known Scuppernong grapes, like.
I mean, if you're from North Carolina,
I mean, obviously,
everybody knows
that. The way that it mixes with like that pucker factor, and then you get, at least I get some of that, like the oak puncheons that they were talking about. You get some of that oakiness in it. It's like, oh man, it just goes down so nice. Will definitely, as a 37-year-old man on this planet, give me heartburn for sure. But it is way better than I remember it being. I don't know why. Like there's a tight, like, those muscadine grapes. They're like sweet. It's got some of that sweetness on the back. Just very good. And I did take this out a little early. I probably could have drank this cold. Probably could have drank it cold, but I'm not mad about it being slightly warmer. But it is very delicious. Man, Funkatorium.
I have an update for you.
Uh-oh.
The Funkatorium's open.
No shit. Really?
Yeah.
What? When did they open? I thought they were closed for good.
I went on Wicked Weed Funkatorium. On their Facebook page.
I don't have Facebook.
Because
That's
I went
problem.
to their website said that they were open, and I was like, I don't believe it. So I went to the Facebook page to see the last time they posted, and they've been posting consistently for the past few months that they're open.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well.
Oh, they're reopening. I didn't scroll back far enough. Their reopening party was May 17th.
We brought them back, guys. We did it.
I don't know why they kept on. They've been posting for months though of their pictures of their beer.
That's our.
And then I just noticed.
You're welcome, people. We brought them back. We did it.
So their new hours are Monday 12 to 10, Thursday 12 to 10, Friday, Saturday 12 to 11, Sunday 12 to 10. They're closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Oh man, might have to make the pilgrimage. Might have to go.
So there you go. They are open officially as of 2 days ago.
Because of our podcast, they are open again.
Well, when Thimble Island closed,
yep.
they rose like a phoenix from their ashes.
Yes. Oh man, wow, that's really exciting. I'm actually like really pumped about that because I know Asheville was devastated, but like it's my favorite place on earth. Like it's like Disney World. But
I have a quote from Wicked Weed's co-founder here from the article in the Citizen Times. It says, "We had to make the tough decision to pause operations at the Funkatorium in November, not just because of the storm's impact on our operations, but because the reality was our people and our community needed time to regroup and heal. In the weeks following, with no water and no visitors to the area, it simply wasn't the right time. But now, Asheville is ready, and we're coming back reinvigorated and more inspired than ever to welcome folks back through our doors." So, Book your flights to Asheville, people.
Let's go.
They're ready for you.
Let's go. I'm excited now. I might have to do a weekend trip out there.
Now cancel your plans of going to Montana and instead have Obert fly to Asheville.
No, I do want. I want to go. Listen, I'm excited for the trip to Montana. I'm excited after 7 years to finally make it out that way. But now I'm excited because I can get more White Angel. This doesn't have to be my last bottle.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
And you could send us some.
maybe we'll see. No, maybe. No, but honestly, like this beer is phenomenal. I'm very happy. I'm drinking it right now to celebrate our Encore and to officially announce the reopening of the Funkatorium.
It's all planned all along, of course.
It was our plan. So I think, man, it's hard. Like I love what I'm drinking right now, and I don't think I gave this such a high rating last time, but I was also hungover.
Well, I can tell you have not checked this beer in before.
I have not. Oh, in that case, never
None
mind.
of my friends have checked
maybe
the White Angel in. Maybe
I
we
unfriended
the
you.
year variant. Maybe when the podcast though was over,
Yeah,
we
I was just like, we cut all
we had to-
ties. I didn't think we were going to be doing it again. I'm like, I don't know. I'm the lead singer that went solo or whatever. Doesn't talk to the bandmates anymore. Well, in that case, you know what? Screw it. It's the Encore. This beer is amazing. I can't think of anything to make it better, so I'm gonna say it's a 5. It's a 5. 5 for me. It's a 5 for me, dog.
Wow.
Go
Very
out, go out
nice.
with a bang. That's what I call it. That's you know what? That's coined by me. 2025. Go out with a bang.
bang a gong, get it on Pete style.
Pete,
Do
make
have-
an appearance.
Very good. It's so,
He had to come back for the encore.
he had
you know?
to. Yeah.
I do see a Wicked Weed parentheses 2019 that Tud checked in, but that's the only one that I
okay.
see on here.
Is this the bottle
the-
from then?
No.
So you gave this a perfect 5, huh?
I can't think of something that would make this beer better, and I'm just enjoying it so much.
That's
right now.
incredible.
Just enjoying it right now.
That's awesome.
Like, you have to like sour beers. Like, don't get me wrong, it has that pucker factor, but I think everything about it is as good as I remember it being, or better. But how many check-ins are in it? Did we?
So there are 9,561 check-ins
Damn. Okay.
Oh, damn.
Now, if I remember correctly,
of
White Angel.
the non-year variant.
Yes.
Just the generic check-in.
Yeah, if I had to guess, this is like a 23 or 24. But anyways,
And how many of them do you think are 1.25s?
3.
Close. 6.
Oh, damn. That's the new game. That's for DAWF2. So over 9,000 check-ins. If I remember correctly, I feel like the Funkatorium got pooped on Untapped. Unnecessarily.
It's because they're owned by Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, I know. We talked about this 200 episodes ago. It's like, listen, if you got paid $1 billion to continue doing what you love, why wouldn't you? I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna try and lean into it. Like it just has to be over. Like it's not gonna be over a 4, and I'm gonna be so sad. But I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 404. Score not found. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. But I bet it's like a lower.
No, it's higher.
Really?
It's higher.
Okay.
4.16.
Okay. All right. I'm not. Listen, I should be higher than that, but I'm happy it's. For some reason, I remember we when we were checking in like the Funkatorium beers, they were all like 3.6, like stuff like that.
They were different. They were different than what we were checking.
Yeah.
In, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
Even
wonderful.
all these yearly A variants are pretty high.
It's wonderful. Great beer. And Tud, I think I heard.
I'm jealous.
I think I heard the tail end. The red ale didn't kill you.
The red ale did not kill me. I actually
It's already
finished the whole glass.
already gone. Wow. Okay. There you go.
Wow.
It was delicious. I mean, like I said, if Stony Creek had brewed that beer, they wouldn't be out of business.
There we go. Could have saved you, Stony Creek, but you wouldn't sponsor us 269 episodes ago.
Yeah. An update on that one. I don't know if we talked about that in the last episode, that Stony Creek was also going through bankruptcy, but they've officially gone through the bankruptcy, and Nebco did officially buy Stony Creek.
Hell yeah.
The brand or the location, everything.
As far as I know, just the location. I think they're just going to let Stony Creek just fail. But they stepped in and they bought like the assets of Stony Creek. So maybe they had to buy the name and the brand, but Nebco
But they bought the real estate and the also like the brew kettles and everything. all the equipment.
Yeah, they've had, I bet you Nebco has no interest in carrying on the Stony Creek name, but they have a lot of interest in their brewery. Famously, Nebco has been fighting with the town of West Haven for 4 years now to open this damn place. And
this is the third episode in a row you've told that story. But.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to keep it going. You know what? It's the last episode officially, I think.
That is true. It is the encore. We got to bring back our favorites. Speaking of favorites.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for Nebco to have an awesome spot.
If Nebco opens in the next 2 weeks,
I bet you that they have to clean that place out, like get all like the old Stony Creek beer out of there, make sure everything is clean, probably have to sanitize everything, make sure that everything is clean, probably brew about 17 batches so like again everything is cleaned out from Stony Creek just so Nebco can keep their name intact. I guess they could always keg at the other place and bring it over for the time being.
Right. But yeah, I'm sure it'd take them some time to get things online. But speaking of old-time favorites of the podcast, though, I heard little birdie told me Ted's got a special treat tonight.
Ooh.
So I guess we're doing favorites from around, throughout the history of the podcast. And this is a beer I've never had on the podcast. One that Chris has ranked his beer of the year twice in the history of the podcast, I believe.
I think it's a Mr. Oscar winner, at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
At least once.
Yeah, I think they engraved the little Han Solo right there on the label.
Oh yeah, there it is, right there. So this is a beer provided to me by Obert. This is the first beer that he ever sent me from Montana.
Really?
So it is the Fremont Rusty Nail, the 2021 edition.
Ooh, nice. Let's go.
I went through, just to be certain, I went through all of my bottles of Rusty Nail, of which I have 4, by the way. And this is the oldest one. So therefore, it must be the one that Obert sent me.
Gotta be.
So, obviously, in all its glory, with its red wax, somebody ripped the tail off. I'm going to assume that was Obert. So it probably wouldn't be as good as it would without the full tail. But for those of you who are listening to this podcast and don't know what the Rusty Nail is, I don't know how to help you. But it's from Fremont Brewery. Fremont's out of Seattle. So Obert drank a beer from the East Coast, from my neck of the woods, and I'm going to drink a beer from Obert's neck of the woods. Completely unplanned.
Yeah, we kind of have all 3 locations here represented. We got a North Carolina beer, Connecticut beer, West Coast beer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wish I would have known we were doing this. I would have grabbed a Montanan beer that I had.
Well, I think you made the right choice.
I think so too. Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize that this glass was not big enough to fit this whole bottle. So, Billion SRM. I guarantee you it's not going to pass the T-Rex test, or it's going to pass the T-Rex test. For sure. Can't see a single bit of light out of there. It's been sitting out since we started the podcast, or since we all went and got our beers. So it's perfect temperature. On the nose, tons of licorice. Just dark licorice flavor. Little bourbon barrel. I think it's going to be good. Fun fact, I've never drank a whole one of these by myself. I've only shared it with Obert one time when I was at Obert's house. So I remember it being quite good, but I don't remember how good. And I guess that's what we drink the beers for here, folks. So with that, I'm going to leave it over to the soundboard to play one final time for us. Maybe. Aha, I got one.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party.
I don't know what that should have made it in the rotation way more, I think, than it did in our show. If I have one critique of our podcast, that Red Solo Cup did not play enough.
Well, because every time I played it, it was for some reason in the old, or under the way the soundboard works now, it works fine. Under the soundboard, it slowed it down sounded like it was at half speed.
We had drunk Toby Keith.
Yes. Slowby Keith, if you will.
Yeah.
But by the way, this beer, fantastic. It is perfect temperature. It's definitely a little warmer than I would have expected it to be, which I'm happy about. Because it really opened up the flavor. I'm getting tons of cinnamon. The licorice flavor, I'm really happy, is just really on the nose. It's honestly one of the best beers. For good reason, it's won Mr. Oscar, right? I mean, it's an incredible beer. Tons of flavor, not boozy. I mean, it doesn't taste like it's boozy. We all know this puppy weighs in at 12.3% ABV, so it should be boozy. You don't taste a lick of alcohol in this thing. It's honestly one of the best beers ever. There's a reason it has a following. There's a reason Obert tries to buy it every single year, and he tries to send Chris and I a bottle. I haven't gotten one in 2 years now, so I think Obert is just hoarding them all for himself. But
yeah, sad update. I don't know if they're making it, or if they are making it, they're not sending it to Montana. Because
I would imagine they're still making the Mr. Oscar winner beer.
Yeah.
But maybe you're not getting it.
I've checked pretty much everywhere that should sell it, from here to Bozeman, and nobody has it. So, but they have the old years, you know, it's like, so they have like, 22, 23 variants, but they have no 24 or, I mean, 25, it's early, right? But they have the old one. So I'm like, okay, we must have missed something, because I don't know.
Well, this just seems like you should be buying more of the old ones and sending them to Chris and I.
I guess I should, maybe. I felt like you're trying to make room for that baby, so I don't know.
Listen, my main with me drinking the red ale I just drank, my main fridge, like the house fridge, right, is now completely beer free.
Wait. You're telling me that you've had that beer in your house fridge all these years?
Yep.
That's crazy.
No way.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like you got the ketchup, you got the mustard, you got the purple stuff, the Sunny D, and then in the back you got this beer that's been there for 12 years.
Yep. Not on the back. It's been on the door for all 12 years.
That's crazy. That's funny. Dana won't even let me keep every time I have beer in there, she immediately she'll take it out, and I'm like, just stop this. What are you doing? She's like, you have a beer fridge upstairs.
Well, it's smart. I mean, if you let that beer get one toehold in, if you let that beer stay in there for just a couple hours, it's like it's going to take over.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't have nearly as much beer as Ted does. So
same.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can go with that.
Caitlin,
at the same time,
by the way, Caitlin, if you're listening, I told Ted I would take his kegerator, so he ignored it. But
yeah. That was your answer. That's all you needed was me.
No, that's why I'm putting it out there. Message. So when she listens, she can be like, "Hey, wait, why did we? That's a good idea."
Are you going to drive up here and get it?
I'm going to be in New York in 2 weeks. Just throwing it.
Are you driving?
Yeah, throw it in the back of the Tesla. It'll drive us home.
Jumping back to the Rusty Nail. By the way, I'm on Fremont's website. It is not on their website anymore.
What?
I'll check Untapped and see what years they got on here.
B-Bomb is on there. Special Spice Bomb is on there, but no Rusty Nail. If so, I'm really sad, because this is an incredible beer. Folks, if you ever find yourself in front of a bottle of Rusty Nail, I recommend that you steal that bottle and drink it immediately. It's one of the best beers I've ever had. You know, my rule is that there are no such things as a 5. I'm not gonna lie, this is the closest that there is to a 5. On the new Untapped scale, this would be a 4.99, right? Just in case there is a better beer out there. I will end the podcast and give this a 5.0 on my scale.
2 5s. 2 5s on the
No
pod.
way.
What was...
I'll give it
What was this, a 4.7?
I'll give it a 5.
4.75, 5.5
That is crazy. What if I just stopped the recording right there? What if I just published that?
That's it.
That was it. That's when that show ends.
Yeah.
The second Ted gives a beer a 5, everything has to end.
This beer is so good. I'm so happy I still have a few more bottles of this. I have other variants, like I have like the B-Bomb. I have like a few different variants of that from Obert. I also won a few different variants of B-Bomb in a raffle this year. So like I'm flush with B-Bombs. But I'm upset if this beer doesn't exist anymore.
That's crazy. Tud's not first ever 5, but first on the podcast.
I definitely think it's the first ever on the podcast.
For sure.
I mean, he's given Bud Lights 5, so.
Yes, but this will be the last ever 5.0 in all likelihood.
Yeah.
As evidenced by the fact that Tud knows he'll never have a beer as good as a beer he drinks on the podcast.
That's very true.
I will say, though, if you Google the Rusty Nail Fremont Brewery, it does show as there's a 2024 release. Yeah,
it does show up on Untapped. There's 1,100 check-ins of the 2023, 573 check-ins of the 2024. It's funny, every year it seems like there's double the year. Like the further back you go, the more check-ins. It doubles every year. So I don't know.
So what do we got for the 2021?
It did win the Untapped Community Awards for #1 stout, Imperial/Double Oatmeal Stout.
That makes sense. I mean, it won the Platinum Award at the 2023 World Beer Championships for barrel-aged Imperial Stout.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Top beer in Washington, Festival of Barrel-Aged Beers. It came in silver. I don't know what beat it. I'm very curious. Top 16 in 2016 for best beers. Like Mr. Oscar winner 2 times over. This thing is
that's on there.
The accolades.
It's at the top.
So you got the 2021 version.
2021.
There are 3,618 check-ins.
It's going to be very high. I know this. I mean, we've checked this in a bunch. Well, Chris has checked this in a bunch on the podcast. 4.46.
You were so close to going out with a perfect guess.
Damn it.
I hate to even tell you that it's a 4.45.
Wow. The fact that it's a 4.4 anything is bonkers. But
yeah. For you to even guess that high is crazy. For you to be 100th off. I mean, no better way to end than if you'd gotten that perfect.
All right. 4.45.
Oh my God, you're not going to believe this.
It's a 4.06. No.
Perfect guess.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. Woo! It's a 3.45, the first ever negative point
Negative
we've
1
had on
point.
the podcast.
Shit.
My
I
friend
should have
averages
cheated on the last one just to
Should have.
I know.
Thought about it.
No, but there's no better way to go out than with integrity, you know?
It's true.
Except
My friend average for this one is the 4.94.
Is it really? That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Who fucked it up? It's probably me. I don't know.
It was Sal. Gave it a 4.75.
What a jerk.
Sal just lives by the Tud rule where there's no such thing as a 5. I hope he wrote
must.
that in there when he checked it in too. Is that the mailbag?
Our mountain of
We're
mail.
gonna have
Mountain of mail.
By the way, before we get into the mailbag, Chris, can you quickly address for the listeners? Last episode you drank a beer. This episode you drank a beer.
Oh yeah.
Are we just not gonna acknowledge
I'm back, baby.
canonically?
I had many breweries reach out to me and say, "Listen, we need you back. We need you back."
Sponsorship deals.
Yeah, sponsorship deals. They saw a humongous decline in their sales.
So this is why the Funkatorium came back.
I mean, honestly, I'm not saying it wasn't, but timelines
was part of the negotiations.
I mean, yeah, you know. No, I took a solid 3-4 months off of drinking beer, and then it was 80 something degrees, and I was like, I could go for a summer shandy, and by God, that's what I did. So
then we decided to end our beer drinking podcast, and Chris was like, "You know what I should do now?
start drinking.
I should
beer
start
again.
drinking."
Yeah, but no, it was a good few months, good 4 months, 3 months. But you know, having been back, I just like beer too much, I think is the problem. I think there's a name for that. It's called beer good drinker guy. No.
I was surprised it was the beer that brought you back. I thought it was the $5 well drinks was what got you back on the alcohol bandwagon.
Beer's
you know?
beer's the gateway alcohol to the $5.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty excited that I thought he was never gonna drink again. So I thought that our trips to Asheville would never happen again.
See?
and we can never do $5 well drinks again.
That's what
Now
yeah, I mean,
I know it's possible.
yeah, there's
White Angel, Funkatorium, $5 well drinks.
$5 well
They're
drinks.
kind of
Porque no las
equal,
Porque no las dos, Hilbert. Porque no las
we
dos.
did dose.
equal weighting in Tud's mind.
We did dose before. You know, so that's the thing. It's like, yeah, there's health benefits and all that stuff of not drinking and blah, blah, blah. But like, also, I was like, I don't know. It's just such a big part of who I am is just like liking like just beer. And I love breweries. And like, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Just like going to breweries and like talking to people, trying a bunch of different things. I don't do Untapped as much as I used to, but still, it's just like, I don't know, the vibe is there. It's like what's better to do on like a nice sunny Saturday afternoon than go hit up a few breweries? Like very little. So
That's very true.
so I'm like, I don't know. I just like now is all, you know, just moderation unless you don't want to, you know, like it's just, that's how it is. You know, you have
All things in moderation, including moderation.
exactly. But yeah, we didn't address that last time. But you know, I'm back, people. So if you ever see me at a brewery, buy me a beer.
Do you think though that you will end up at the Athletic Brewery for a visit at some point in your life?
I feel like I kind of have to be. I have to now because they are very good. I still have a bunch in my fridge. But like,
I think we need to go there as a pod. I'm still sticking with that. We got to go.
We should.
Next time we're all in Connecticut to visit.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody who's
Sorry,
been.
it's really out of the way for me. I can't really make it.
me and Obert will go without Tud.
Yeah.
You can go there and your baby can have some. That's how it works, I think.
That is true.
Actually,
it's baby
this
friendly.
is true.
Yeah, baby.
They have a whole nursery section.
Um,
They have custom bottles.
I mean, even talking about babies, my biggest baby, CJ, his first time out of the house, he went to Fox Farm. That was his first trip out of the house, was Fox Farm. So, it's historic. Like, I just think about it, it's like,
Perhaps I will have to do this with my upcoming son.
yeah, Christopher Obert, which is obviously the family name. But like, I don't know, just like thinking about it, like in my, I know I'm harping on it now, but like thinking about going to Connecticut and not going to Fox Farm is like sacrilege. Like I can't imagine it, like, anyways.
3 months ago, though, you would have come to Connecticut and not gone.
No,
to
I
Fox
probably,
Farm.
I mean, let's face it, I probably would have won. But we have a few farewells that we would like to address. We didn't do it last time. Just a few. You guys, I mean, I think we had some in the Discord too. I mean, the male Discord. But the first one that we have was actually from Sal, who we were just talking about. So he says, great show, guys. Spent a lot of time with you all and will miss the hour every 2 weeks. Only really know Obert. Maybe I met Tud at a football game, ? But I feel like I got to know you all over the years. Just used one of the repeat handles, the Just Watch app. Thank you, Tud. And figured I'd write it in and say goodbye. Hope nothing but the best for you all. Maybe we'll see each other at a game or something. Take care, guys. Sal. And then he signs it as the best letter writer, Tud Challenger, beer sender ever. I said,
I will say that I think Sal goes down as like the biggest Tuddiac, the biggest Tud fan.
yeah, I think
He always seemed to side with me, which I liked. Not afraid to yell at me, but he always seemed to go with me too.
Yeah. He said, P.S. Has not, this was a couple weeks ago, not finished the penultimate episode yet. So if you turn dark, I reserve the right to rescind all praise. So, but there you go. Bye.
Well, update from Sal. Fuck you guys. No,
Yeah.
no.
F you guys. That'll be episode 271 or 270.
Oh, thanks, Sal.
Yeah. Thank you,
See
Sal.
you at the
Sal.
UConn game sometime.
See you around.
Sal, I live in Connecticut.
I don't.
Just an FYI.
If you ever come
like,
to Asheville, buy me a beer.
if you ever want to get a beer in Connecticut, we could definitely do that.
There we go.
He's a 203 person, born,
Ooh.
so he doesn't make it up to your neck of the woods all that often.
Yeah, but like the fancy part of 203 or like the poor part of 203?
The fancy part.
Oh, I don't know if I want to associate with fancy people. No, I us Connecticuters, we got to stick together. I'd still go ahead and hang out with them. We can meet at the new Transcend. I just went this past week. It's fantastic.
I think, or OEC. I think he lives near there.
I'd go to OEC. Sal, you let me know. It's becoming summer. The weather's going to be good. We can go get some sours at OEC. Signed, your friend, Tud.
OEC, yeah. I haven't been there in a minute.
Oh, I found a whole bunch of those beers upstairs in the boys' room as well.
The boys' room.
I'm so excited.
I'm trying to I thought we had like a. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I will say there's another Sal, Hackla Sal in the Discord.
Hackla Sal.
Yeah. Who it was just a small nod, but Mazel Tov Tud. I've really enjoyed the show and had just become a patron. Sorry, guys. This is the least pretentious beer podcast I found. So apparently we
We did
that. One thing right.
One of the biggest compliments I could get,
Yeah.
I think, is that this is the least pretentious beer podcast that you know of.
He didn't say we weren't pretentious. He just said we're the least pretentious.
Least.
Yes.
You need a little
Correct.
bit. You need a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Also, I think a fellow nutmegger, Hackla Sal, which I just assume is Sal underneath a different name.
Yeah, hacking Sal's account, yes.
Yes, correct. If he also wants to get a beer,
Oh,
happy to do that.
oh
too.
wait, you're gonna have a kid. I was like, I'm gonna be up north, but you're most likely gonna have a baby at that time.
Yeah. When are you here?
Like the first week of June, the first weekend of June.
Oh yeah, I think he'll. You can come say hi to the baby.
Yeah, I did talk about it. I was like, maybe I will. Maybe I'll come say hi to.
We should have a name by
Christopher
that
Obert.
point, so that'll be good.
Let me see. Okay. We have.
Fuzz Tud was thrown out a few times.
I mean, hey, it's pretty good. Pretty good name.
I think you already have Fuzz Tud though.
Technically,
That's
I think
CJ's name.
CJ's
It's his real name.
technically Fuzz Tud. Yes, Tud Fuzz. He could be Tud Fuzz.
How about
That's
like,
Luke.
No.
I like the name Dauphinius, or Doff for short.
There we go. I like that.
That's not
I
bad.
think we settled.
So
How
the
could
issue
you
that I have
only
with the-
Dauphinius in his class?
The issue I have with a lot of names today, children's names today, Todd is angry, is that when you name your kid a millennial name,
Like Tide Pod.
in 2025, Tide Pod, Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Like
These aren't names of millennials. These are names that millennials name their children.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Beta names.
Jackson with an X.
Yeah.
Like
I know a few of those.
Declan.
Oh yeah. There's one in Lucas's class.
The issue is that when they become 80 years old, find me an 80-year-old Declan or an 80-year-old Tide Pod.
Well, in 80 years, though, there'll be a whole
there'll be a bunch
nursing home full
But
of
they're
Tide
not-
Pods.
But they're not old man names. Like
You're telling me they
yeah,
don't
they're-
get old? Is that's the
they're cute until they're like 15, and then it's like, all right, now your name just is kind of weird. Like you're like an adult now.
Well, like how many 80-year-old Ashleys do you name? No, none. But in
Probably
in 60
more
years,
than probably
we'll know
more
a lot
than
of
there are
80-year-old
like
Ashley names.
probably more than there are like Desirees.
So you're going for a timeless name then?
I'm just going for like I don't want to name that. I want a name that like fits like not only a little kid but like also like an old man because like this kid will eventually be old.
Okay, Dolph Lundgren or Dolph for short.
I've pushed for Gus. I think Gus would be a good baby name, but also a good
Gus is
old man name.
a baby named Gus. There's no babies named Gus. Gus's are born 30. Like
Gus.
what if it was like a name that you could like Chris?
Well, yeah, it wasn't Gus as like the act like Gustave.
Yeah.
Like,
Where
And yeah, Gusty.
yeah, Gusty. Where he's Gusty when he's
Augustus.
Augustus. There you go. And then so you can call him Baby Gus or Augustus when he becomes an adult. I think that's what you need. You need
And then when he's like 80, he goes back to being Gus.
yeah.
Like
Or would you call the
That's
baby
definitely not a name we're
Augustus?
picking,
I don't know,
but-
that's weird.
no, I think a little fat baby with his like rolls.
August.
That's definitely Gus.
I don't know. I think that's got Augustus Gloop written all over it.
That's
you
what
know?
I was thinking too. Yeah. You got to watch out for that. All right, so we have another one from Mom of the Pod. So we will miss hearing your lovely voices, and thank you for the entertainment over the years. I hope you continue to drink alone with friends, even though you are not continuing with the podcast for now. Thank you again. One of the moms of the pod, Sharon. So Mama Obert.
Aw.
Yeah. So that was
Yeah.
my
Thanks,
mom. My mom.
And we will.
Didn't,
We're definitely.
didn't write in.
We have plans to continue drinking alone without audio recordings of them.
We're never gonna get through Baldur's Gate if we don't stop this podcast.
That's true. Yeah.
And then I had one that was sent to my what's it called? My mail Instagram. And this is actually from the historian of the pod. Who listen,
We laid off,
we had to lay him
unfortunately.
off, budget cuts. But also, let's face it, he never wrote in telling us all the stuff we needed him to tell us about. So I'll read the whole thing, but he said, "Yo, first to admit, there's probably 4 of the recent episodes I haven't listened to yet, but I got the notification last night about the finale, and even halfway through the episode, I was like, oh, it's a bit. But then it certainly didn't seem to be by the end. If it is, then hey, it was a hell of a ride and journey, and cool to see y'all continue for so long. Obert nailed it about most folks tuning in because it felt like conversations we probably have with our friends. For what it's worth, y'all got me through statewide commutes in grad school weekly, to and from work, after, and even around the gym as of late. It was awesome, and hope that all the life updates are positive ones that are taking y'all away from it." So that's from Brandon, who craft handler. Who
That's a very sweet message.
it was very nice.
Appreciate that.
So that's actually like that was. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if I'm sure I talked about it, but I actually ended up meeting up with him and his wife a couple years ago when they were in Charlotte. And it was really fun. It was like the first time I met someone like from the internet and stuff like that, and I'm still here. But it was really fun, and they're really, really awesome people. So he told me some of that, like, you know, some of that story when we were there. So he was like, "This is actually like I'm kind of nervous." I'm like, "Trust me, don't be. you do not have to be." Yeah. So you know, Thank you.
And he's down in like Atlanta, right?
Yeah, he's Georgia somewhere. Yeah.
Listen, I go to Atlanta a lot for work. If you wanna get together for a beer,
Ooh, there you go.
I feel like my mom is going to be insulted that she's the only one who you didn't invite to go get a beer.
Listen, she knows that she's more than welcome to come get a beer with me whenever she wants.
That's true.
We can go.
Probably see each other at Treehouse sometime.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, we can go to Treehouse together. Like, if they would like to meet little baby Tud, I'm happy to go to Treehouse with them.
Listen, yeah, that would be cool. But also, back to baby names slightly. Does Caitlin realize it's going to be Baby Tud? Like, does she know that this is happening?
Oh yeah, I think she does.
All right, I was gonna say, I was like, listen, what if? Okay, can you build Tud into a name where?
Well, yeah, it's his last name.
Well, yeah, but you need like Stadelius or something like that. Like, typical.
So I told her that if we name the kid with a T first name, that his middle name has to have an I in it. So that way his initials are Tit.
Yep.
Like, I would be doing a disservice to him as an adult if his initials weren't Tit.
There's actually a
I don't know if it's illegal.
Smarty Pants episode
I would
you should watch. I just watched it the other day on Dropout, talking about how to properly name a human baby. It's pretty good.
I think Tit's a good name.
Yeah, it's a name.
Oh, well, it's a good initial if he has
a better initial than a name. I would say that. Yeah. So is that all of our letters?
That's all we had. Everybody else, I just assume is not.
I will say to Brandon, it's not a bit. This isn't a bit either.
Yeah.
I bet some people saw the episode description and are still not even sure if it was a bit. But no, this is for real. The last wink episode
until we decide to come
blink,
back.
Blink.
No, it's it. We're done. Don't delete the feed, but we're done. We're done.
Yeah. I mean, we're not getting rid
It
of
will be
this.
it'll be a long time until episode 270 comes out, if ever.
21 years from now.
However, don't delete the feed.
Where it's CJ, Christopher Obert, and Lucas, I guess.
Let's take it over from us.
That'll be episode 270.
Well, what do we do now? I mean,
I think this is it.
I think we're done. I think we're done.
I think we're done.
I mean, thank you for listening.
As usual, 100% complete mastery, perfect achievement of the transition.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I really want to give a final handle and be like, just go download Just Watch, because that's obviously the best handle that we've ever had. It was even mentioned in somebody's good farewell.
Yeah, what's up? So. Why? No one uses Dawn Power Watch. You telling me nobody uses Dawn Power Watch out there? They heard about it from me.
My final handle is when you're every 6 months when you get a new toothbrush, take your old toothbrush, scrub all the grime out from around your sink and whatever. Just do that every 6 months. Your sink will look pretty clean.
There you go.
And then throw the old one away.
I have an electric toothbrush, so every time I go to the dentist, I just swap out the head.
There you go. And use the old head to.
Yeah, but it's so small.
I also have an electric toothbrush.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for listening.
Yeah. So many hours.
Thank you, Fremont Brewery, for Rusty Nail. Thank you for me for brewing my other beer. Thank you for Obert for sending me the Fremont beer. Thank you for listening. For 269 episodes now.
Nice.
This is it. This is it for the foreseeable forever future.
This is it. I'd like to thank Wicked Weed and the Funkatorium, and also Slight Your Welcome for their White Angel.
Yeah, this was another devil pact that we had. We had to sacrifice the podcast to resurrect the Funkatorium.
Honestly, not a bad swap.
We got a lot of devil packs going on.
Not a bad swap.
Don't keep track of them. But
who's singing the song? We have a song.
And I'm going to thank Fox Farm and the state of Connecticut in general for all their amazing beer over all these years. Thank you, Fox Farm, for your bloomed.
With that, my name's Tud.
My name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
Somebody sing the song.
No, that's a patron only. That's a patron only perk.
Yes.
We're giving the patrons The Devil Went Down to Branford, the real story of what happened to Thimble Island.
Yep. It's even got a cover. It's really good. Really good.
So go subscribe to our Patreon.
Jesus Christ. for one month.
Is it free now? Can you sign up for free?
I don't know. I can make it free. Let me make it. Let me see. I should be able to make it free.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Then people can go and listen to all our back catalog.
Not as much as you were thinking. Not as much as you're hoping.
You could thank our editor in chief.
Yeah, whoever that handsome man is.